So recently, a defense secretary visited Myanmar also, which is burning right now. So what do you think? Is there a Myanmar hand backed by China for escalating the violence in the Manipur, or is it a state sponsored, or is it a Naxalite movement?
It is not a Naxalite movement. It Let me just explain the situation in Myanmar to you so that you understand. About 3 years ago, the Myanmar army took over Myanmar, dismissed the government of Aung San Suu Kyi, and till now, no elections have been held. Myanmar is fighting, the Myanmar army, which is called Tatmadaw, is fighting 14 to 15 separate insurgent groups within its country, including the Chin insurgents, who are actually country cousins of the Kuki and of the Chins in Mizoram. This part of the area, that is the border area between India and Myanmar, has largely never been policed by the Myanmar army. They simply don't have the numbers to deal with this. So they have outsourced its control to the People's Liberation Army, which is a mighty party, mighty terrorist group or mighty insurgent group living inside Myanmar. That's the first issue. So the Myanmar army being involved is impossible. They are fighting their own insurgencies, and Myanmar does not want to create a problem with India. I myself have been a part of the national level delegation that went to Myanmar in 2018, and a very senior Myanmar government minister, very senior, who was in uniform, because in Myanmar the government are all uniformed generals. He called me aside and he told me that we have a mutual enemy, China. So Myanmar would never fight or whether never get involved against India at Chinese behest. They themselves are very suspicious of China. But is China involved? China has traditionally been involved in all major problems in India, especially in the Northeast.
Yes.
ये आज की बात नहीं है. From 1963, 64, 65, they were arming, planning, training, and giving money to insurgent groups operating inside the northeast of India. Later, after Mao died and China started a small renaissance under Deng, at that time this level of help to the insurgent groups reduced. But I'm certain under Xi, President Xi, the PLA is definitely helping out these insurgent groups. It is in China's benefit. If we fight inside our own country with each other, then definitely the neighbors will take advantage. Definitely, China will want to reduce India's capabilities. Definitely, she will want the Indian army to be involved inside the state of Manipur rather than on the borders with the PLA.
Yes.
Definitely.